Ebomana egenti ayekene unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị iwuluchi taa. Daalụ nne na ụmụ Chineke ka unu si wee na-esoro anyị n'ife anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ. Anyị sịkwana unu ga-adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu a ka ọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị, anyị ejenu ka anyị gbapụnụ ya ọsọ ka anyị gosi unu ya bụ nnukwu ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa na ụbọchị iwuluchi taa. Dịka ị na-anụ ka o si aga, tata bụ ụbọchị 5th of ọnwa Ọktoba 2023 bụ ụbọchị onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jere n'ụlọ ọkaikpe, mana anyị kwere unu nkwa na anyị ga na-ewetara unu update ọbụla bụ ife gbasara maka Nnamdi Kanu bụ the leader of IPOB and also bụkwa onye isi nke ndị Biafra. So anyị kwere unu nkwa na anyị ga na-ewetara unu ya bụ update n'iru akwụkwọ. Dịka o si wee dị, gbaa mbọ ọfụma ka ị gee ya bụ ife. Ya bụ update of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case from his lawyers. All right, over to you, sir.
For further detaining him on the existing counts. If we are wrong, may we be forgiven for making this noble statement. There is a time, it is said, for all things. It's even day in Ecclesiastic. They say a time for everything. This is the time for peace. We can and we must make peace. Nnamdi Kanu has always stood for peace and has never ever encouraged any brigandage or any form of insurrection. The nation is currently rife with misgivings. Of course, there will always be misgivings. A time will never come when, as a nation, we shall all have one mind. And of course, we can never sleep facing the same side of the bed. Whatever our misgivings, therefore, whether on the part of the government or the citizens, we must make allowance for error and proceed with prayers for forgiveness on all sides, both on the side of the government, both on the side of the citizen, both on the side of our noble client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In resolving our differences, therefore, we must strive to save, not to destroy. Let us employ methods of peace and non-violence to resolve our differences, which Nnamdi Kanu has always insisted on through his non-violent organization called IPOB. We must unite, whether we are Christians or Muslims, or even atheists, male or female, northerner, easterner, westerner, middle belter, midwesterner. We must all come together from the west, from the east, from the north, and from the south. We must never lose sight of the fact that we are all children of God, and that we are all proud citizens of this country, and that we have no other nation to go to. Because of that, we must reach out to one another across state and religious or ethnic divides and boundaries. This is the time to extend the handshake across the Niger and across the Benue. We must forget the past and forge a new nation founded on peace, social justice, truth, equity, good conscience, and egalitarianism. The Nigeria of our dream, and I know also the dream of those who mean well for this country, including Nnamdi Kanu, who only insists that his people, the Indigo, be respected within that sphere called Nigeria. Or if they are not respected, then let them go peacefully, peaceably, in accordance with international instruments. So whatever our religion or tribe, whatever our state of origin, whatever high offices we hold, whatever be our gender or pedigree, we have to strive for a more integrated, more united, more efficient, and more peaceful nation, where each of the 374 nationalities in Nigeria, according to the demographic survey by Professor Onigu Otite, where each of us is respected for whom God has created us to be, because we cannot be another person. It is therefore our collective task, whether you are in government or you are not in government, to work ceaselessly for peace and unity. There is no price too great to be paid to have peace. But the peace we are preaching here is not what late Chief MKO Abiola will call peace of the graveyard or peace of the cemetery. Because the graveyard or the cemetery is the most peaceful place on earth. That is not the type of peace we are preaching. We are preaching peace that is imbued with social justice, equity, good conscience, and respect for one another, for one tribe and the other tribe. We should therefore go the extra mile and occasionally turn the other cheek for this genuine peace, undiluted peace to reign supreme. In saying this, we must never lose sight of the supreme prize that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Son of God himself, paid so that we may have peace and forgiveness of our sins. This is the kind of peace that we are now dissipating needlessly. As Jesus Christ took our burdens upon himself and offers in order that we may be reconciled to God, we must be willing to take upon ourselves the burdens of one another, so that together we can build a nation, not just of mere peace, but of righteousness and social justice. May it be with us as it was with our nation, concerning which the Lord once said, quote, in Ezekiel 11, and I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take away this stony heart out of your flesh, and will give them one heart of flesh. that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God. Unquote. Whatever we do, therefore, let us bear in mind that all over the world, boundaries are breaking down. This is consistent with God's plan. He created one man, one woman, one world without boundaries. There shall be one man and one woman and one world without boundaries. The lion shall lie down with the lamb. We shall beat our swords into plowshares and our spears into pruning hooks. We shall not lift up sword against one another, neither shall we learn war anymore. In all that we do, therefore, let only the Lord's name be exalted. We now humbly appeal to the government of the day to immediately, without any further delay, with the urgency of yesterday, release Nnamdi Kanu, that he may come out of his illegal and unconstitutional detention, which the courts up to the Court of Appeal have since pronounced upon, but is still illegally being held there today, so that he will come out and join hands with the rest of us in rebuilding this nation that is frantically yearning for nationhood. Let all the blood that has so far been shed from the time of the Lugadian amalgamation of Northern and Southern Protectorates and Lagos colony to become Nigeria on the 1st of January 1914. Let all that blood that has been shed, most of it needlessly, cry to the Lord that he may come down and bless us with peace that has eluded us for so long. Peace, genuine peace that passeth all understanding. May Nnamdi Kanu be released immediately by this government, so that nations and Nigerians will be happy and genuine peace will return not only to the southeast but to the whole nation Nigeria. Because when you have a whitlow on one finger, the whole body must be aching. This is our humble petition.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, my country people, like greet now. If you now just join us, this is BBC Pidgin, and we dey come to on live from the premises of the Supreme Court, where Supreme Court reserved judgment for Nnamdi Kanu appeal till December 15, 2023. And what happen for court today, then do the matter sharp, sake of say, na appeal, no too much grammar, they no talk plenty grammar inside court. Within the talk be say the counsel to federal government will be Tijani Ghazali, urge the court say make court set aside the appeal court judgment wey free Nnamdi Kanu from trial and detention. Dem urge the court say make court torchlight that judgment well and then make court keep that judgment aside. They also tell the court, this one na federal government counsel wey be Tijani Ghazali, also tell the panel of judges for the Supreme Court, say make dem give order, say make Nnamdi Kanu go back to the Federal High Court, go continue the trial wey the Federal High Court been dey try am since. Na wetin counsel to federal government Tijani Ghazali tell court. Meanwhile, lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Mike Ozekome, tell the court say make court uphold the appeal court judgment wey clear Nnamdi Kanu of charges, criminal charges, and in detention. So the two parties, one say make the Supreme Court throw away the appeal court judgment wey free Nnamdi Kanu from charges and detention, and Mike Ozekome dey tell court say make court uphold the appeal court judgment wey free Nnamdi Kanu from criminal charges, and we also say Nnamdi Kanu detention by federal government dey illegal. So na the two cases wey dem present for court today, and then Mike Ozekome can also present the former motions wey im bin tell court. And I remember say im bin present two motions. One na say make dem transfer Nnamdi Kanu from DSS custody to Kuje Correctional Center so that he go fit get access to treatment. Another one be say make dem grant am bail pending when Supreme Court go hear the substantive matter, the main issue. But sake of say those two motions don dey overtaken by events, the hearing, Supreme Court don already start the hearing today, so no need for the bail again. And then since that time when im put the motion, dem no still transfer am. So all the two motions don dey overtaken by events. So im present am to court, say im dey withdraw those motions, and court too agree say true e don dey overtaken by events. Court can strike them out. So now until December 15, now we go come back court to come hear the final judgment of the Supreme Court concerning Nnamdi Kanu and federal government of Nigeria matter. So country people, na so it happened for the Supreme Court today for the appeal wey dem carry come Supreme Court sake of Nnamdi Kanu and federal government matter. If you just dey join us, this na BBC Pidgin. Make I just summarize the main point. The main point.
Ndị ba dalụlụ nne no Kanu'S wee sonyela ya n'ife anyị melụ. Anyị na-anya efugono ka ya bụ court si wee je, and anyị si ka Chukwu oke abịa maka ekene niile dịrị ya, ka ya bụ ife si wee na-aga. Anyị si na ya duru niile na mma, ka ha bụ ndị na-esonyela anyị anyị na-eme n'iru akwụkwọ. Anyị sikwa n'ụnụ ga-adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ, otu anyị kwuru otu akọ ya dịrịrị. Ise. Alright, thank you and stay tuned at Eastern News 24. Ndị be anyị ka emesịanụ.